Hello and welcome to my channel, My Garden, My Passion. Today I thought, let me talk about African violets. Many people find them difficult to grow, but once you get the grip of it or the hang of growing them, they can be grown quite easily. So before we go into the details, I would like to tell you about the name as well as the origin. They are called as African violets. They are definitely from Africa, but they are not violets. They got the name violets because in the origin, in the native forests of East Africa where they come from, more specifically in Tanzania and Kenya, they grow on the forest floors, and in the nature they are usually violet color and shades thereof. That is why they called as African violets. And I also like to talk about the origin because once you know from where the plants originate or what is their native, then you know what are the conditions you have to provide to that plant. So these plants are growing in the forests, so they will require dappled light, or they are growing in the shade of big trees, so they need shady places. They will not tolerate a direct bright sunlight, and they are growing in cracks and crevices and even between the rocks. So they will require very light soil. In fact, there is very light soil in that, and it's a friable soil or loose soil like a sandy type of soil. So that is the conditions they will require for their growth. So today we will go into the details of how to grow these plants. But before I actually go into the details, I would also like to tell you that I stay in Karnataka in South India, where the summers are neither too hot nor winters are too cold. And so I grow these African violets outdoors. When you browse in it, you come across these plants as indoor plants. Indoor plants are mostly for the cold countries where they will not survive winters, and that's why they need to be brought inside. And they grow under artificial light or bright east facing windows. So here in my place, I'm growing them outside. But if you want to, you can either grow them indoors or you can grow them outdoors depending upon the climatic conditions of your area. So let us now go into the details of growing the African violets. So here I show you where I have placed my plants. They are on a shelf in an east facing balcony. The balcony is partly covered. So the plants get sunlight only for 2 hours in the morning, and after that whole day there's bright light. Like I told you, in the forest areas they are growing in the under the shade of the tree. So here instead of the shade of the tree I have kept it in this area where it gets sunlight only for a short while it has bright light all day long. This balcony is one of the best balconies I feel because morning sunlight is the best, and most of the plants do very well with morning sunlight. I also have some episcias which are not yet in bloom. I put up a picture of the older one with African violets and episcias blooming. Soil mix. Considering what is there on the forest floors, I have a soil mix of leaf compost. I have a lot of leaf compost in my garden, a lot of dry leaves, so I make a lot of leaf compost, soil, and sand for porosity. Now let me show you the proportions. I take 2 parts of leaf compost, 1 part of soil, and 1 part of sand. So this is the soil mix. As I said, on the forest floors there is no fertilizer, artificial fertilizers. All that they get is from the organic matter from the leaf litter that is there in the forests. So I've used that one. Take a suitable pot, and yes, it's very important that you take a small sized pot. These plants do not like to be sitting in big pots. and proportionately you take the pot. So here this size pot is okay. You can see my mature plants are also in 5-inch pots. So if I want to, I I can multiply these plants. Sometimes you get suckers. So here I have one. I thought let me show you how to plant that. So as I said, a small pot, place it here. See that the leaves rest on the edges. The leaves should not rest on the soil. Don't make it completely like this and inside. So you add some more soil mix, put it till the brim and place. You can see they are very shallow rooted, so they don't need big pots or deep rooted, deep pots. You place them here. See that these major leaves, even if you cannot place them in the center, place it at the side. When you transplant it, you can use a different pot and then place it at the center, but as of now I am placing it so that these leaves are lying on the edge of the pot. So this is about the mixture and planting yours. When you get your plants from the nursery, make sure they acclimatize to your microclimate in your house or in your garden, and then you transfer the plants with the potting soil that I have shown you, because invariably in the nurseries they use coco peat. They use coco peat because it is convenient for them for transportation and it holds water, but they will not survive only on coco peat, and coco peat does not have any nutrition. You will have to give other fertilizers too. So you use this mixture, and organic matter or this leaf compost will give the nutrients, and pot the plants every year. I don't fertilize my plants. I just use either vermicompost for other plants or this leaf compost, and that's it. So in the nature, nobody uses artificial fertilizers. So try to be as natural as possible. So this is about the potting. Next is the watering. They are quite fussy about water, in the sense they do not like too much water, nor should they go completely dry. Over a period of time, you will come to know, based on the weather or climatic conditions of your area, when to water. I usually water my plants even in summers once alternate day. Once in 2 days, I water it, and usually the soil is dry by then. But during rainy season, where we have heavy rains, it can go without watering for 6 to 7 days also. Whether it is winter or summer, I water them alternate days. And the method of watering is that you should never water these plants overhead. Always use a spout one and water them till the water drains out from below. So, and then you can let the pot dry. Always water it thoroughly and let it dry. Instead of, don't put less water and say I watered, because then they will not reach the bottom of the roots. So this is about watering your plants. Like I said, you find out, your gut feeling will tell you after some time when to water them. If it is summer and you're living in North India, maybe you'll have to water it twice a day and keep it away from any type of sun, whether it is morning sun or afternoon sun. Here I do not have very severe weather, whether in winter or summer, and so I water it alternate days and it does well. So only major problem I've been facing is with pests, and that is because we have too much of rain and humidity. I will show you the pests. So here you can see one of my plants is seriously affected with mealy bugs. That's a major problem I face. And since this video is getting too long, I will show you how to take care of mealy bugs and multiplying the plants in the next video. So here are some pretty flowers that have been posted by my friends while I was making the video. These are from Hubli, Dharwad and Belgaum, all grown by my friends. You can see there are a variety of flowers, double colored, single colored. They can be grown in beds. So this part of Karnataka, which does not get too much hot, nor is it too cold, is quite ideal to grow these, and they are all grown outside the house. So you can see these beautiful plants, and I hope you like this video, and please wait for the next video till I upload my next video on how to take care of pests or the mealy bugs and multiplication of the plant. Happy gardening.